is the AKC, bringing you the Army's own news magazine. Over 160 Territorials in 28 teams took part in the 24-hour endurance test organised by the Middlesex TA. It was the second annual tough training marathon over a 60-mile course. Nearly 40 miles consisted of forced marches. Force on was the motto, all right, in this contest for the toughest Territorials in the county. Come on, matey, only another 50 miles. The faster you go, the more time for a breathing space. Even a short kip if you're lucky. Some fell out for a fag, and others let their boots do the smoking. Core, it's soul-destroying. At Hampton, they crossed the Thames in light assault craft. Teams were made up of officers, NCOs and other ranks in this combined battle exercise and race against the clock. Oh, watch it now. Ouch! Hope they weren't judged on seamanship. All right for some. Now on to Inglis Barracks, Mill Hill, where one of the biggest obstacles awaits them. 300 yards of assault course, water jumps and 12-foot walls. Hard enough when you're fresh, murder when you're fagged out. Mud, sweat and tears. They all deserve a prize. Hats off to the Territorials, who contradict the saying that an army marches on its stomach. Everything plays its part, but feet most of all. Poor old, overworked, mud-covered, waterlogged feet. So to Alexandra Palace and the finish. The winners were B Company, the 8th Battalion, the Middlesex Regiment. Here's to them: Captain Crouch, Sergeant Gainsbury, Corporal Tompions, Privates Robinson, Londigan and McNabb.
"20 years after," Jeffrey Sumner reporting. To men like Group Captain Jamie Rankin, 2 DSOs and DFCs, it seems perhaps like yesterday. The old spits and hurries never let you down. To think it was all 20 years ago. 20 years. Well, time has made its mark. Look at that runway. Lots of the old airfields gone to pot. I wonder really they're not completely overgrown after all this time. See this kind of thing in many parts of the country. Bomber stations, fighter stations, sign of the times, of course. Control tower, cram full of hay. The old man would have loved that. Battle of Britain survivors are mostly civilians now. Among those we met was Wing Commander Paddy Barthrop, DFC, AFC. Does his own shopping these days and runs a hire car business with another of the few, Brian Kinkham. Paddy shot down 9 enemy aircraft, by the way. Group Captain Hugh Dundas, DSO and Bar, DFC, now a journalist. He commanded 601 Squadron. Today, he's a keen fisherman and a family man. Nowadays, a TV executive, Squadron Leader Anthony Bartley, DFC and Bar, shot down 15. And this was a favorite haunt for many of the few. Mrs. Kath Preston remembers them all so well. One was Group Captain Johnny Kent, DFC and Bar, AFC, Polish VC, a Canadian with a score of 18. The pubs preserved an old blackout screen that the pilots used to sign. Famous names, though the owners of them would deny it. However that may be, the derelict airfields of today were active enough 20 years ago. The Royal Air Force faced the crisis. Devoted ground crews, all ranks, the odds heavily against them. There was little time to rest and relax during the critical months of the battle, July to October 1940. Yet the few seemed as light-hearted as if the battle were already won.
Scramble!
Thanks to radar, Fighter Command was able to deploy its squadrons day after day in time. In time to intercept and attack the streams of escorted bombers flooding in across the Channel. Destroy the Royal Air Force before invasion. That was the Nazi aim. How differently it worked out. In the end, Nazi hopes lay in wreckage and ruin along the frontier of freedom. One Nazi plane crashed in the heart of London, just a detail of victory. Less than 1,000 young men had saved Britain. At Biggin Hill Chapel, tribute to some of those who fell was led by Group Captain Sailor Milan.
In thankful remembrance of the pilots of this sector from Great Britain, the British Dominions and Allied nations, who by their sacrifice helped to win a great victory, I unveil this memorial in their honor and to the glory of God.
Men to whom we who survived owe an eternal debt of honor. Seen with Group Captain Douglas Bader, Air Chief Marshal Lord Dowding, Fighter Command Chief, with some of the few. Among them, another famous fighter pilot, Wing Commander Stanford Tuck. Legless Bader was to lead the flypast at the first post-war anniversary of the Battle of Britain. The first of many national tributes to those who fought and those who fell, winning a victory to rank with Trafalgar and Waterloo. Listen again to Sir Winston Churchill's tribute.
We are in the field of human conflict, when so much owed by so many to so few.
For the Royal Air Force today, what a glorious heritage from 20 years ago.